Hello, you awesome YouTube subscribers. My name is Bot, and welcome back to another GTA 5 online video. Now, as you can see right here behind me, this is actually a new car. Now, technically, this car doesn't release for purchase until next week. Now, no, I did not use mods or anything to do anything like that to get it. For those of you who don't know, this is actually currently the podium car at the Diamond Casino and Resort. I won this car off the podium wheel, and I've customized it to look like an actual race car. Fuck off, LGT. Jeez, calling in the middle of me recording a video. Anyways, this car is a Formula 1 car, as you can clearly see. And there's going to be another one coming into the game. Yeah, there's two Formula 1 cars in total. And this, and them, along with some new open wheel races, are going to be releasing next week. But before they came out, I decided I wanted to do a little bit of a review video on this car. Now, I will say this. For those of you who are wondering, because I know there are some people who are probably wondering, is this thing faster than the Pariah? I have not had a chance to test it yet, but I do not believe it is, because if I go into first person and I look at the speedometer, the maximum speed that I can get up to is only about 120 miles an hour. That's if I have a nice long stretch of road. Oh, like this stretch of road is not the best way to do it because it's got too many twists and turns in it. I'm having to dodge traffic and all that stuff. But I haven't been able to really get it I haven't really been able to get it past 120 really much. The highest I've ever gotten it is about 122, 122, 123, somewhere around there. So no, this thing is not faster than the Pariah, at least not as far as I can tell. I have not had the chance to actually test it yet, but I figure I will let you guys know. So if it doesn't wind up beating the Pariah in a top speed test, don't be surprised. Nice. Or disappointed, really. But anyways, I will add some things about this car. This car has some unique customization options and a few different upgrade options as well. Hell, for one thing, this thing had something that I've never seen on any other vehicle called super brakes. It was better than even the race brakes apparently, and it was certainly more expensive. It cost me $60,000 to put the best brakes on this thing. Hey. And then of course it had the super transmission, it had the EMS level 4 engine, and all that neat stuff. And as you can see, this thing gets up to its top speed pretty quickly. It's able to weave in and out of traffic with ease, provided I don't fuck up and clip a car. That was my bad, not the car. Or just my, well, I won't say terrible driving skills, just being clumsy is all. Anyways, this thing can weave in and out of traffic. It's able to dart left and right fairly easily right here. I'm not having to fight it. It's not understeering. It's not oversteering. It's not doing any of that stuff. And it's actually pretty decent. And look how quickly this thing comes to a halt. Bam, just like that, it's at a dead stop. And then when I go to take off again, it accelerates pretty damn quickly as well. And it's got a pretty tight turning radius. But one thing I will note about this is you cannot equip weapons in this car. As you can tell, I'm pressing square to try and change my weapons. It's not working. I cannot change weapons, and when I press L1, my character does not do anything. If I get out of, and as you can see, if I get out of the car, I can access my weapons and everything, and I can shoot and all that. But once I get back into the car, or I try and aim, or I try and switch weapons, I can't actually do so. I'm not entirely sure why that is. I don't know if Rockstar intended for it to be that way, or if it's some kind of bug. Hell, maybe they made it where this is like more of a passive style of car, where like you can't shoot out of it, but you can't be shot out of it. I mean, I highly doubt the second part. I know you can't shoot out of it, but I don't think you can't be shot out of it. And I do know it can be destroyed. Boy, very obviously. I destroyed it just blasting it around with the up and atomizer, trying to test it, see exactly, what it could handle. It's very weak. It's not a very strong car. And another thing about it is, I'm going to do this on purpose. Another thing about this car that kind of sucks, the body panels come off, as you see. I just knocked the front splitter off. Now, it doesn't really seem to affect the performance. It just mainly seems to affect the car's visual aesthetics. So, like, it doesn't affect anything performance-wise. It literally is just purely cosmetic. But I will say this though, this thing has its own special kind of wheels. It doesn't, you can't change it to like, sports wheels, muscle wheels, off-road wheels, or anything like that. It has one category of wheels that you can choose from, and that's race wheels. Now, from what I've heard, I can't confirm this or anything. This is just rumors that I've heard. But from what I've heard, apparently Rockstar is planning on like doing different types of tread for the tires. You've got like the soft tires, medium tires, and hard tires, which basically the level of tread, basically like each one of them has a different strength. Like the soft tires will have better traction, but they'll degrade much faster, and you'll have to change your tires more often. Then there's the medium ones, which are kind of in between, and then there's the hard tires, which won't degrade as fast, but you'll sacrifice some traction in order to last a bit longer on the track. So I didn't have the option to pick between that when I was customizing this car, but I have a feeling it might be an aspect in the races that we're gonna get. Like you can pick what kind of tires you're going to use for your car. And then on top of that, apparently Rockstar is also planning on adding stuff like pit stops in the middle of the race. I don't think you can do a pit stop to necessarily refuel your car, but more like just repair it. And I don't think it's going to be a real quick thing where you just drive in, collect the pickup, and then repair it that way. I think it's going to be more of a thing where you drive in and then have to sit still for a minute in it and let your vehicle get repaired. Oh wow, I didn't even know that before. Okay, so apparently so apparently you can get caught on certain curbs, I guess, because that's what happened here. Yeah, and my wheels actually. Wow, that wasn't even like the body that was catching that. That was my wheels. My wheels were catching on it. I didn't even know you could do that. But apparently, you can catch the car on curves if you're not careful. But it is a really fast car overall. However, you cannot technically purchase this car right now. The only way you can get it is to win it from the lucky wheel in the casino. Well, at least legitimately. I do know there's a itch out right now where you can, like, give the car to a friend and stuff like that, but, oh boy. You know what? I'm just gonna do this for science, just to test, because let's see if it, like, drowns the car. I think it probably will with how low the car is sitting. I wouldn't be surprised if it drowns the car's engine. Wow, is it actually going to drown it? No, it's not really drowning the car. It's more just... Oh, there we go. Wow, that actually took a little while, apparently. That took a little while to actually drown the car. Whoops. That damn thing. There we go. That actually took a little while to drown the car, so... I will admit, I think it has some pretty good water resistance, at least. I don't think it's, like, completely waterproof, but it is water resistant. And another thing, it costs $20,000 to replace this car. So if it gets destroyed and you have to, call Morse Mutual and call it back in, you have to pay $20,000 for it. But that also means if somebody else blows it up, they automatically pay $20,000 to replace it. So, even if you can even if you get blown up while using this car and everything, and some asshole griefer decides he wants to fuck with you while you're driving this thing, he has to pay 20 grand every time he destroys it. So, and from what I can tell, it doesn't have like a special icon on the map either. Like if I get out of the car, it has the typical like car icon on the map. It doesn't have anything special about that. But from what I can tell, all of the body panels can literally be knocked off. Like the back part where the engine is, the spoiler, the front bumper, the little hood on the front, every last one of those body panels can be knocked off, as far as I can tell. So, you know, it's not like, so from that alone, you know, this car might not be the best car to drive around and free roam. You roam for certain things, like, you know, it might not be good to use for missions because you can't use your weapons in it. But it might not be bad for, you know, messing around and everything. It's not good for, like, protection either, because as you can see, you're really only protected from directly behind you. Any other kind of angle, and you really can get shot out of this thing. At least as far as I can tell. I haven't been in any cop chases with this thing or anything yet. I literally just got the car today, so the day I'm recording this, which is, let's see, I know what day it is. This is Friday, February 21st when I'm recording this video, so I literally just got the car today. But from what I can tell, you know, it's a pretty decent car performance-wise. So it's obviously gonna trump a lot of supercars and sports cars that are out there. However, this thing even can't be used in super and sports car races. It's an open wheel car. It's a completely different category, and this category of vehicle that Rockstar have made, which means that it can only be used in open wheel races. So, you know, you'll still be able to use like your overpowered supercars like the MRS and the Krieger, and then you've got like the Devastate and all those others. But in terms of open wheel racing, this car is pretty damn good, I'd have to say. Now the other car still has yet to be released, and this car is more expensive, so following the rule that usually when a vehicle is more expensive, it has better performance. I'd have to say that this is probably going to be the better performing car out of the two. This is the Progen PR4, and then the other one is, I forget exactly what car that is, but I know it's like something, I know it's another Formula 1 car, and it looks a bit different from this one. But literally those are the only two open wheel cars in the game. And like I said, as of right now, it's literally impossible to get this car any other way than winning it from the lucky wheel. And I had to do the glitch where well, it's not really a glitch, it's actually just a method, and I don't think Rockstar can really patch it either. Basically, it's the method where if you don't get the car on your spin, you close your application or disconnect your internet long enough, and then it basically causes the game not to save what you got, that you spun the wheel. And as a result, you can spin the wheel again on that same day. So, and I kept trying that 4-second technique. I can never get it to work for me. I don't know if it's because I'm doing something wrong, or if it's just, you know, like I suck at it. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, or if I suck at it, or if maybe it just won't work for my console. I don't know. It's like really difficult for me to pull off. But come to think of it, I think it might have something to do with my poor motor skills. I have very poor motor skills, which cause my fingers to basically go all fidgety and stuff. I can't control them all that well. So, but anyways, what the fuck is going on? Why is this thing like spinning out? All of a sudden this thing didn't want to quit spinning out, and I don't know why. But anyways, that is my review on this car. This car is technically supposed to be like, you know, 3.6 million or something like that. I don't remember the exact price. I'd have to look it up. But I do know that it's actually fairly expensive otherwise. But winning it for free on the lucky wheel is definitely worthwhile. It basically gave me a head start for the open wheel races. So now I won't be stuck using a stock car when the open wheel races come out and I try them for the first time. Instead, I'll actually have a car that is fully upgraded and able to be used for those races, which I'm pretty happy about. Oh, and for those of you who are new to this whole thing and new to the lucky wheel and think, oh, I can win this car and sell it, it's 3.6 million, I'll get a lot of money by selling that car. Think again. Because the thing about it is, Rockstar have already figured out a way to counter that. They figured that out when they first released the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC. And they had the first podium car on there, which was the Truck-Fade Thrax. A lot of people thought, hey, maybe I could sell that car. Or, me, I wasn't really thinking that. I was like, I know Rockstar. And if I know Rockstar pretty well in terms of, their games. And I figured that if they were going to release free cars, they weren't going to make them where you could make money off of them. So literally what they do when you get the car and it's stock, you go to the mod shop to try and sell it, it's worth absolutely nothing. You will sell it for $0, which basically means that you won't get any money from this car. Or if you win it and then try to sell it. And also, you can't win this car repeatedly either, for those of you who don't know about that. You can only win the car one time. And if you go back to the casino, after you've won the car and you've, gotten out and driven it a little bit and all that shit, then basically, if you land on the car again, you won't actually get the car. You'll get 20,000 RP in place of the car. So yeah, that's basically what happens. So, anyways, I think that's just about all for this video. There's really not much else I can talk about this car. It's really overall a good car performance-wise. Yeah, some people might not like the look of a Formula 1 car, but then again, the car wasn't built for looks. The car was built for speed. It was built to... it wasn't built to look nice. It was built to go super fast and be able to take corners at high speeds and stop on a dime, basically. It was built to be a performance car, is what it was. So they didn't try to make it look nice. They just tried to make it where it would perform the best. So, and some people don't seem to understand that. But anyways, that is going to do it for this episode, guys. If you liked it, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, this is WorldLegionBot, signing out.